Foreign ministers from the G20 meet in Bali to discuss the disruption to global food and energy supplies caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with both Russian and Chinese diplomats attending.
Vladimir Putin has told Ukraine to accept his peace terms or prepare for the worst. Speaking with parliamentary leaders last night, he warned that Russia's invasion had barely begun. He was also accused the West of fueling the war, claiming it wants to fight Russia to the last Ukrainian.
Сегодня мы слышим, что нас хотят победить на поле боя.
We are hearing that they want to defeat us on the battlefield. What can I say? Let them try. We have often heard that the West wants to fight us until the last Ukrainian. It's a tragedy for the Ukrainian people, but it looks like it's heading in that direction. But everybody should know that, largely speaking, we haven't even started yet.
Boris Johnson resigns as Conservative Party leader, but will stay on as caretaker Prime Minister. In his resignation statement, he blames his colleagues. Well, Boris Johnson has found friendship in Ukraine in recent months, and the UK was the first European country to send arms to help it resist Russia's invasion. And Ukraine's government remains grateful for his support. Earlier, President Zelensky posted this on Telegram, saying that he's expressed his sincere gratitude to the Prime Minister for his decisive and uncompromising support of our country from the first days of full-scale Russian aggression, as well as for his leadership in defending the interests of Ukraine on the international stage. Well, it's a different mood in Russia altogether. The Speaker of the Russian Duma said he's one of the main ideologues of the war against Russia, and European leaders should think about where such a policy leads. And a spokesperson for Russian Foreign Ministry said Boris Johnson was hit by a boomerang launched by himself. His comrades in arms turned him in, I should say.
Countries around the world have been reacting to Boris Johnson's resignation. In his nightly address, the Ukrainian President, Volodymyr Zelensky, expressed sadness over the news. Let's talk to our news correspondent, Joe Winwood, who's in Kyiv for us. Joe, it's interesting, isn't it? Morning to you. I mean, the relationship between President Zelensky and Boris Johnson has certainly not been underplayed.
No, not at all. Indeed, it was rather striking. President Zelensky, he gave the first 90 seconds, the first minute and a half of his nightly address to his people when his country is at war. The first minute and a half was tribute to Boris Johnson. There really is a close relationship between the two men. I think as much as Boris Johnson has become an incredibly divisive figure in the UK, here in Ukraine and in the capital, he is deeply popular. Yesterday, I was out at a bakery which has developed their own special tribute to him. They've got a pastry with his tousled hair on top in the form of meringue. They do really value him here, and that's because of the huge amount of support that's been given by the government and the British taxpayers to their war effort. Boris Johnson praised his charisma and his leadership and went through the list of weaponry that's been provided by the British government. But I think something that was really important to state, and they did repeatedly say this, is that as much as there's a personal affection for Boris Johnson, they do know it was not him personally paying for all of this. It is a relationship between the two governments. And I think they are confident that that incredibly high level of support that the British state has given is going to continue, no matter who is in number 10.
Indeed.